Oh my God, what did we just watch? They did it. They did it. They finally have a 3-game winning streak, and they did it in the most Oiler way possible. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the GCL Diesel Oil Stream post-game show right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Tom Gazzola with you alongside Benny Thomson, and Matt Kassian is our analyst. You'll also be getting a visit from Reid Wilkins later on in the show when it's time for Reid's Read. That was crazy. Terrible start. 3 goals on the first 6 shots. First 2 goals on the first 2 shots, a minute 35 in. They're down 2-0. Sloppy, bad puck play. Not looking great. I will give Connor Ingram credit. He made sure to shut the door after that third one when he was tested. And then you could see slowly they were kind of putting it together. In the second period, he saw moments. They get one. And then in the third period, they pull the goalie with 3.5, 4 minutes left. They get another one, and then sure enough, they get the equalizer and the OT winner. That was absolutely insane. This hot streak against the San Jose Sharks also continues. I was laughing when they were showing the last loss to them. It was November 9th, 2023. Benny Thomson. Do you remember that night?
I do. I thought their last loss was when they fired Jay Woodcroft after it.
That's the one.
Oh, that is the one.
I went on a huge rant.
Okay.
On the post-game show for the
I saw
first
the
10
highlight
minutes.
package. I didn't remember the Zadina. Wait. Well, no, they were showing Blackwood had a shutout, and I thought the Oilers lost.
Let me double check it.
Yeah, because they showed a highlight pack on Sportsnet. But
yeah.
This was. They've had San Jose's number, but I guess I shouldn't say number because San Jose's just been a bad team for the past however many years.
Yes.
They were going through a rebuild, and it's safe to say you can look at that team now and go, they're out of that rebuild now. They are a team that is looking to make the playoffs this year, and if they don't make it, I'd be willing to bet that they make it next year. They're a team that's on the up and up, and so good for them. They looked pretty solid tonight. But the Oilers, man, they win in Oiler fashion. I would like to take a little bit of credit for the reverse jinx. If you know, you know. I had the titled YouTube thing, Oilers lose. I reverse jinxed it. They had a bad start. Yes, those first 3 goals were bad, and they were all self-inflicted. It was all it wasn't really necessarily San Jose made some fantastic plays. It was just horrible turnovers that just led to some great opportunities. You're forking up to them, but I thought their second period was decent. I thought that you could kind of tell they were trying to get the motor going a little bit and trying to get that pressure, but it was the third period. Something had to have been said, probably that second intermission or something, where they came on that third period and it was full balls to the wall. Just lay out everything you can against an inexperienced San Jose team. You come out victorious because of it.
Unbelievable. I apologize. I had the wrong mic selected on the input here. We got it all sorted out. That was crazy. And yes, the last loss, as I was looking up, Benny going on that little diatribe there, it was that game. It was a 3-2 loss to the Sharks on November 9th. That was the last game, or it was the second last game that Woodcroft and Dave Manson coached. They coached the next game in Seattle. Yeah. They won that game, but they were done. As soon as they came back to Edmonton, the announcement was made. We had the press conference announcing that Chris Knoblauch would be taking over with Paul Coffey behind the bench. And, the Oilers obviously have gone on to a lot of success. And, that's 7 straight wins against the San Jose Sharks. I believe that makes it 15 of the last 16 the Oilers have beaten the Sharks, and they absolutely are dominating San Jose. It didn't look good, like Benny was outlining and like we talked about off the top, but crazy. Pat Janix in the nasty chat saying, I remember that night. Penner's Pancake says that San Jose post game, Tommy's rant won't be matched again. That night was pure fire. Yeah, Norman at Combine was texting me when they were down, and I was making my way back to the satellite studios, and he's like, hey, if you can tap into that last loss there, the way you came out spit and fire against the Oilers, I was like, I don't think I have that in me. They've been too good the last couple of years, and I think they fell to 2-9-3 at that point, if I recall correctly. It was just a putrid start to the season that ended up being magical.
I bet San Jose Sharks money line that night. I remember that.
You did?
Yep. I was so confident the Oilers were losing. I had a hunch.
Terrible.
Had a hunch again. They were playing the worst team in the NHL, and I had a feeling it was just be one of those losses where it's like
great hunch.
All sky's falling. And sure enough, yeah.
Craziness.
It was that bad.
Craziness. All right. Text us 780-218-9999. Hop into the nasty chat. People are doing it already. The way the fans and the crowd erupted when they tied it, I was like, yep, the fans are feeling it, and rightly so. Not bad for a Thursday night in January, in the dog days of the season. Also, I should mention GCL Diesel, presenting sponsor of this fine post-game show and providers of the best diesel engine components around, from turbochargers to ejectors, fuel pumps to sensors. They are the critical engine component experts, proud to serve Edmonton and Northern Alberta for over 50 years. As we welcome in our game analysts, I'm going to rattle off a couple of texts, people feeling good about that one. I'm sure, and listen, we're not going to be like, that was a great game. They played so good. They didn't. They played bad. They were sloppy. They couldn't make a pass to save their life. They were down 3-0. It's just the craziness and the surge at the end that obviously got everybody juiced up. So let's go to Colorado. Rusty says, what a game to miss the first period. What I saw was a desperate and hardworking team playing aggressive hockey with focus. I suspect that was not the case in the first. No, it definitely was not, Colorado. Rusty. My Oilers money line and over 6.5 parlay came through in an exciting way. Nicely done. Let's go to Damo Dude. Says, I said out loud at the start of OT, no Celebrini. Really not sure why he wasn't out there. Yeah, that's fair. The Gourdfather says, hey boys, if that game isn't just Oilers hockey in a nutshell, I don't know what is. Maybe next game they will play more than 20 minutes. Yeah, and listen, I'll add this as I want to hear from Cass, and I want to get to a lot of text, obviously. What was I going to say? You know what? I just lost my train of thought. Let's get Cass in here. I had a thought and I just lost it. Cass, that was crazy. That was just crazy. Just your takeaways from that one. It'll probably pop back in my mind. I apologize. Yeah. I had a brain fart there.
It's all good. Yeah, brain flatulence happens to all of us.
Yeah.
What a crazy game. I was like, as you guys probably were, and Tommy, probably as you were walking back to the satellite studio, was just going through everything in my brain of like, okay, what are we going to talk about? How are we going to pick this one apart? Mm-hmm. And then it changed in like 10 seconds, what it felt like. What an ugly game.
Yes.
But I mean, they made it fun at the end. That first period was brutal. Again, just giving up so much again, so early in the game, so flat, so lifeless, so nothing. But they somehow find a way in the third period to crawl back into it. So, I mean, fantastic job. Turning point of the game is Leon getting the one early in the third. Because you get that one, and all of a sudden it's like, all right, you got some life now. You got some hope now. 2 goals. All right, 2 goals, and we got a lot of a period left. We can still do this. So, a shocking comeback in a lot of ways. A monumental collapse by the San Jose Sharks, who went from being really, I thought, well in control for those 2 periods. Yep. Even when Edmonton was a little better in the second, guys, like San Jose was still pretty good.
Yep.
Then they imploded in the third. And it kind of felt like that penalty halfway through the period. Like that's when they self-destructed. Like after that moment, it was just like, oh crap, we can't make any mistakes. And then they fell apart. But hey, good job by the Oilers coming back though.
So that's their first 3-game win streak of the year. We can finally put that now, like done. We don't have to talk about this
put it away.
Put it away. They've won 3 in a row.
Finally.
Those 3 wins also, none of them were 60-minute hockey games.
No,
like they were pull one out of your you know what to make it happen. I mean, especially the Washington game and then the one we saw tonight. Anaheim one, they just didn't play great and just beat a team that was beat up. But I mean, so there's 2 ways to look at that. You can go, okay, well they haven't played well for 3 games despite winning, but then you can also go, They won 3 games. They'll playing their best like that. Like, there's 2 ways to go about it. So they won 3 straight. That's should be happy if you don't understand.
There's a yes, but in there.
Of course.
There's a yes, but. And I'm not going to shy away from that. They need to tighten some stuff up
100%.
so badly.
Yeah.
I'll give Matthias Ekholm credit. You could tell he was fighting it tonight, right? Like whatever he's dealing with that was ailing him, that had him questionable for tonight, especially early in the game, made it look like, you could tell he was being hampered. It was noticeable, at least in my opinion. Made a great play on the equalizer.
Yeah.
Fantastic second effort. All the credit to him for gutting it out. That's why he's the Viking. I was reading a bunch of the nasty chat while Benny was going off there. And I think it was Liquid Theory said something. We were talking about like the excitement of the game and obviously the end. Liquid Theory just said it was only fun for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But how much fun was that 5 minutes?
That 5 minutes was a heck of a time.
Yeah.
That's what sports does to us, right? Like, it's just like, oh man, you did feel the negative feelings, feel the drag and the sadness and the mind flatulence. And then all of a sudden something changes. Yeah. That's sports in a nutshell.
Cass,
So,
I'm going to do this because you threw it out there, and I'm with you on this. That's what teammates do. They stick together. You mentioned what the turning point of the game was. That's brought to you by Advantage Sport Medicine and Physiotherapy. Connor McDavid's got a team of specialists. You got a bag of frozen peas. Get the same locker room approach trusted by the best in the game at Advantage Sport Medicine. Book your assessment today, www.advantagesportmed.ca, or call 780-460-9977. Benny's going to have to call Advantage Sport Med to get that injured trap that he's dealing with. But Cass, I mean, go ahead, lay it out there. It's yours tonight. So you mentioned it, but go ahead.
Oh, you give it. We're going with mine. Nice. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Advantage Sports Medicine turning point of the game. I absolutely will go with Leon Draisaitl finding a way to do a nice little tap, nice little poke, a nice little just a little slappy slap and pushing the puck over the line. And that was huge. And it wasn't even a massive breakdown by the San Jose Sharks. I will say, and you mentioned it a little bit already, Matthias Ekholm actually does a pretty good job getting him down low and creating confusion, and him actually releasing from the front of the net, sliding back to the point. I can't remember which San Jose Shark it was, but it pulls everybody up a little bit and it actually opens up a little bit of a window, just a little bit, but it's enough for Leon Draisaitl to get a foot or 2 feet away and to tap that one home. So well executed by the Edmonton Oilers off the rush, because that's really a 3-on-4 at that point. Ekholm does a good job again on the middle lane drive. So, hey, turning point. Puts it away. All of a sudden, San Jose on their heels in Edmonton. I don't want to say they never looked back, because it wasn't all roses from that point on, but much, much better. San Jose scrambled. Edmonton scored late. Scores again in OT. Takes the 2 points.
Nicely done on that, Cass. Very well done on the Advantage Sport Medicine and Physiotherapy turning point of the game. Hey, I feel like there's a lot of rolled ankles out there hopping on.
Oh, no.
To those that might need a little bit of a rehabilitation on the rolled ankles from hopping off the bandwagon tonight, call Advantage Sport Medicine and Physiotherapy, www.advantagesportmed.ca, or 780-460-9977. Nicely done, Cass. Nicely done. All right, text us, 780-218-9999. Let's go into the bad. Let's go into the bad. Horrible start. Sloppiness, the 2 goals right off the hop, 3 goals on, I think it was like the first 6 shots at one point. What the hell? Why can't this team start on time?
Are you actually asking me that question and expecting me to have an answer?
I mean,
that's been years, Tom. It's years of this group not being able to find a way and working their way into games sometimes. And no matter what changes they make, it just doesn't seem to, I mean, not all the time, not every game, but recently in particular, I mean, that's what a breakaway in 2 2-on-1s in the first 7 minutes of a game. Like, you just can't have that happen. And if it was just tonight, I think that'd be one thing, but we've kind of seen 3 or 4 times in the last week and a half.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that is concerning. So it's not even just being a little bit sloppy off the start of games, but just being straight up not ready to go. Like not even like it's just bad. It's just bad. And yes, you beat a young San Jose team tonight, and you find a way in the third period to turn the momentum in the game, and they crumble a little bit. But against really good teams, that's not going to happen. Like you can't give up that much and expect to win. And it's great you did tonight. Fantastic. Fun 5 minutes, right? But guys, it was just sloppy again. It was just execution. It was execution again, particularly in coming out of their own zone where they got caught a couple times, turnovers along the wall, just past the blue line or inside the blue line that just bit them early, and really they didn't deserve to win this game. But hey, again, I'm glad they did.
Yeah, they did. They pull it out. I do remember what I was going to say before I had the brain flatulence, as we described it. Cass, great term for that. This isn't a bad San Jose team. That's what I was going to say. This is a San Jose team that coming into action tonight was sitting in a wild card spot, has surprised a bunch of teams, was 7-3 in its last 10. Obviously took care of business against a bad Vancouver Canucks team a couple of days ago. But this they have a superstar, not even a superstar in the making. They have a superstar on their team who's coming into his own, and he's only going to get better and better. Talking to Drew Remenda and Randy Hahn from the broadcast team with the Sharks, they said that the Sharks have a good room. They all get along really well. Good group of young players, talented, on the same page, and they're going in the right direction here. So that's what I wanted to say before I started reading texts. Got excited, forgot what I was going to say. Is if you're looking at this and be like, this Sharks team isn't good, and you're just like poo-pooing them, I don't think that's fair to the Sharks, because they do deserve a little bit more respect, and they are going in the right direction here. That was what I was going to say. Thank you for the time. Benny, Cass, what do you got?
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to highlight, we've talked about it a little bit. The last play, the two guys with the back-to-back hat tricks, although no one got a hat trick tonight. Matisse Ekholm is the one that saves the clear out from, I think, Ostapchuk. Saves it, and then it's Bouchard is the one that ties it. I mean, the play, of course, Oilers, not great game today. Actually, just checked on moneypuck.com. Oilers' chances of winning the game today was at 66.8%. Deserve to win meter. To take whatever you want from that. But to me, those guys, obviously Ekholm fighting it today, still makes a heroic play. I mean, that's a couple of them in this 3-game win streak that these defensemen have been making. A lot of the top guys have turned it around in this since Christmas, basically. And it's nice to see, man. You got to hope that the depth kind of comes around with it as well. A lot of talk about that. But to me, the Bouchard and Ekholm pair, even though they're fighting it today, came out clutch, I guess is what they would say.
Hey, speaking of depth, Cass, I'm going to hand it over to you. But speaking of depth, Benny, and I'm curious to know what people think too. I actually thought the fourth line had some good shifts and created some momentum. I'll give Curtis Lazar a ton of credit, and actually Janmark almost scored. Nice poke check by Askarov, and then I saw a few people even pointing out they noticed Trent Frederick for good reasons.
Yeah.
Tonight.
There's actually a lot of that in the nasty chat. More than one. Than one. Yeah. They were solid. You don't love Laser taking the penalty in the first period like that. You could have.
I appreciated him going to the net hard.
Yes. I do. Yeah, I do appreciate that. Like it was a hard penalty at least. Like it wasn't a hooking, high sticking. Like I'll take those. But would have been good to avoid that in that situation. But they kind of played that way the rest of the game. Like they played hard the rest of the game. Frederick, game slowly coming around. Like I think Curtis Lazar is the best thing to happen to him right now from a season standpoint. Like he's mellowed out. Not even mellowed out. That's not the right word. He's set an example in some ways for Frederick, who's just, and it hasn't got there as fast as we would like.
No,
still not putting points on the board.
No.
But is at least finding ways to impact the game and to have momentum building shifts for the team. And I think that fourth line did that again. Like they were like, if we can't exclude, or if we exclude the last 5 minutes, the exciting 5 minutes, they were the best line for 55 minutes of the night.
Outside of stacking up Leon and Connor together. Yeah, you're right. I'm with you on that one. All right, let's dive into the inbox. 780-218-9999. The Oilers win it in dramatic fashion in overtime, 4-3 over an upstart San Jose Sharks team that picks up a point tonight. Dan Gracer says, listen, San Jose was stunned. The OT was a formality, not a chance San Jose was winning in overtime. How about that play by Hyman to push off? Which D-man was that? Liljegren, yeah. And Liljegren goes, I think they caught each other's boot after the push off from Hyman, and he kind of went flying into Askarov, and then the one-timer goes off of Liljegren and into the net. Veteran move. Sure. Yes. Wiley play. Yes. I feel like we'd agree on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go to Big U. Go ahead.
The one text we had a little bit earlier about they're surprised that Celebrini wasn't out there. It's become a trend. I feel like I've seen in overtimes where teams will throw out their best defensive unit to go up against Connor and Leon.
Good point.
To me, with how the Sharks team is built, I don't know if they have the proper, like they're not as bad as they once were, but I still like the Oilers' chances of McDavid, Draisaitl, and Bouchard winning it against Wenberg, Ferraro, and Liljegren. I like their chances. Personally, to me, when you have Macklin Celebrini with how good he is, you go with him. But I understand. I understand their strategy, because all it took was McDavid to not make that pass to Hyman. McDavid changes. Celebrini, Will Smith go right. And it's
I don't like that though. I don't like that, Benny. I don't like it. Like I understand why. Like I understand the reasoning. I get the reasoning.
When you have that talent though, go one for one.
Put your talent out there.
Yeah.
What better situation to have a guy that's right behind those two in points this year, that is your best player, that is your star player, that is pulling you along the way and saying, hey, here you go. Do it.
Go do it.
Just go show them what you got. Because it's all, now maybe they're looking at, and I don't know, what it was, because we got to look at face-off percentages.
Who do you want to see? I've got it right here.
I was just going to see like Celebrini, like what he was at, because I didn't check that.
40.9%. I'll go to the event summary here. That's just on the box score. Yeah. So 40.9%. Let's go take a look here. Open up that tab. Celebrini took 22 draws tonight, guys. He went 9-13.
So that's probably why. But because possession, and I bet, sorry, I'm just thinking this out loud, but I bet the thought was if they win the draw, he's hopping on. Like they get possession, he might be hopping on. At the same time, I get that he was horrible on draws, but it's your best player. Like, put him on the ice.
I'm sure they feel like they can't be feeling great about themselves going, we just lost to this Oilers team. We were up 3-0. We just lost them in overtime, and our best player, maybe the NHL's MVP this year, did not even get to touch the ice.
Wasn't on the ice. Yeah,
like that to me, I think wouldn't sit right if I was the coach.
The Sharks at 58 points, still in a wild card spot. I know that there's still some games being played right now. A super busy schedule, 15 games on the sked. Anaheim in Vancouver, no score in the third, 13 minutes left there. Dallas up 4-2 on Vegas. Seattle is beating Toronto 3-1, just under 15 minutes left to play in that one. And Seattle is in the hunt. They're 1 point back of the Sharks. So by the end of the night, they could leapfrog, San Jose, and be in that second wild card spot. So just, it's so much going on. I kind of wanted to clarify that. And then I wanted to get to a couple of texts here. So Big Uke texted in and says, was it a great game by the Oil? No one is saying it was, but that's a veteran win. Played bad, crawled back, got the W, burning this tape, getting ready for mini. Are you burning that tape, Cass? Or are you going, guys, we still have issues, and they happened again early in this game, and they leaked into maybe a little bit of the second period, but we started to see the pushback.
Yeah. I mean, you're not burning the tape, but you're picking the tape apart. You are picking the tape apart. You found a way to win. It wasn't like a throw-out loss. It wasn't a one-off. It wasn't, hey, you won 7 or 8 games in a row and then you struggled at the start of the game. It's like, this is multiple times in the last 2 weeks we've seen this happen. Giving up way too much. And in some ways that you won, it makes it easier because you're like, hey, great job, we won. Great job, we won. Now let's look at this garbage and see what happened and talk about it again because this can't keep happening. We will lose hockey games if it keeps happening. I hope you feel the fear of how close we were to losing that hockey game. So yeah, you're picking this one apart, guys. Like you are looking at overcommitting, your defense overcommitting a little bit, forwards overcommitting as well to the rush too early in a game, getting stuck on the outside of the ice with San Jose in the middle of the ice and in positioning. Like you're picking this one apart. Absolutely.
I'm with you. Benny, what do you think?
Yeah, that's definitely, 100%. If the Oilers were on a long win streak, you can kind of forget about this one. But this, this start to the game reminded me a whole lot of Pittsburgh. Like, to me, it reminded me so much of the 3 goals right away, and all of a sudden it's like, alrighty, you have 50 minutes to try to see if you can string together a comeback. And Pittsburgh, maybe I would actually kind of say their skill levels are actually kind of similar. I think they have similar talent, but Pittsburgh's more experienced. And they went and they held on to that lead. Didn't let Edmonton get overly close, honestly. There wasn't really a whole lot of times there where we're sitting, okay, the Oilers might make a comeback here. They kind of kept their foot on the gas. San Jose, it just seemed like a couple costly mistakes, turns it around, obviously, and the Oilers come back and win. But, Oilers 100% got to look back on this game and go, okay, we need to start better or we need to do this better or whatever the hell it is, right? So,
yeah. All right, here's what we're going to do. Man, this show is flying by. We're already half an hour into it. Keep those texts coming in, 780-218-9999. Get into the nasty chat over on YouTube. Like, share, subscribe. We're trying to push the subscriptions up to 14,000. Tell your friends, all that good stuff. I'm going to lead into clips. Cass, are you cool to hear like Ingram or Hyman, and then we'll get your thoughts?
Let's hear it.
Saturday?
Let's do it. Roll
okay,
it.
so I'm gonna read a text or two, and then we're gonna go to whoever Benny picks to hear from, and then Cass is gonna give us a look ahead to Saturday's game. So Box Pounder, I was chuckling at this one as I was reading. It says, "Hey guys, how much of a boost did the team get when the crowd started to wave while being down 3-0 in the first period? Was that the turning point?" With a laughing emoji. No.
I yelled at my TV.
Yes. No. Lots of kids there tonight, by the way. And they celebrated South Asian night. Great job. Tony Brower had the full garb, looked good. And there was actually, I will say, you could hear the kids cheering the team on even when they were down 3-0. So good spirit in the building from the youngsters. And they were treated in the end with a crazy come from behind win. Let's go to Library Pat real quick. Says, okay, maybe this is a crazy idea, but why not play with the extra attacker at some point in the game before the last few minutes to get out of a hole? Maybe if the opponent takes an icing, just go ahead, pull a goalie. They ratchet up the desperation every time. Do it early on. Why not? Also, Library Pat adds, I was impressed with 2K rolling the lines in the third. I expected he would load up the minutes on McDavid and Draisaitl, but it seemed way more balanced, important to keep the whole lineup in the game. Library Pat. All right. And Brother Morg says, question, Tommy, are you wearing pants right now? Yes. Thank you, Brother Morg. It's good to hear from you. And then he also said, damn, missed the start of the show, rolling it back. Love you guys. What a comeback. Thank you, Brother Morgs. The love is mutual. All right. Who are we going to hear from, Benjamin?
Let's hear from Zach Hyman. I'm curious to see what his perspective was after that rough start. So here's Zach Hyman from the locker room tonight.
I don't know, relieved what the word is to win 3 in a row. Like this has happened now.
Honestly, it didn't even. I mean, it was not a great game from us, obviously. So I guess it was going to take a game like that, like an ugly one, to just get over the hump there. Crazy stat with where we are, I guess. But won 3 in a row, so we can stop talking about it.
So, I mean, the first period didn't obviously seem like it was very good, and then slowly built, and you guys tied up. Like, how do you, and I know you guys are an experienced team, but still when it's the hole seems that big, how do you get it back together and just keep chipping away?
Yeah, I mean, it's frustrating, but you got to try not to let the frustration set in. But you play 82 games, some are going to be really good, some aren't going to be good. But you got to just bear down and stick with it and find a way. And I thought we were able to do that. And really good teams tend to find ways to win games, all different sorts of ways. And, we score one in the third early, get 2 6-on-5 goals. You got to make a lot of great plays to do that, to get 3 in a period, and then obviously find the OT winner. So, like that we stuck with it. Obviously, it can clean up lots, and I think it just comes with just being more urgent and competitive. Like, they outworked us for 2 periods, and then we slowly found our game.
What do you take most out of this game? The fact that you guys had the firepower, that you can't come back from 3-0 in the third period, or boy, you can't start too many games like that, or we're not going to.
Yeah, no, I think for sure the positives are you're going to be down 3-1 or by 2 goals in the playoffs. You're going to be down 2-1 or 3-1 late in the season. When you do things, you build that sense of belief that you can do it and that you have done it. And I think this group is pretty confident that no matter how we're playing, we can climb out of the hole. And you obviously want to start out great. You want to be in the lead. You want to do all the right things. But hockey sometimes doesn't work out like that. So it's good for us to win a game like this. You don't want it to happen often, but every once in a while, it's good for your team.
You've been a young player in this league. I know it was a long time ago, but it must be, or would it be intimidating for a young team to look up the ice and see a 6-on-5 with Bouchard and Draisaitl and McDavid and you're in front of the net? Do you guys have that on your side, having a team that's probably tough to defend?
Yeah, I mean, we have elite players that can score and that are dangerous, and I'm sure that a lot of the young guys coming up watch Connor and Leon and idolize those guys as kids. Like, it's just the way that we did with Sid, but I mean, those guys are, superstars, like celebrating as a superstar already. So I don't know if there's necessarily an intimidation factor, because a lot of those guys they've turned the corner really quickly in their careers, and they're not just young guys. They're real players. They're good players.
Is that a tough start for your goaltender? Chance of
I wouldn't say tough stuff for a goaltender. I'd say tough stuff for our team. Like, that was right from the first shift. We were guilty. The 5 of us were out there right away. Couldn't get it in. Turnover, empty net. Like, I don't know what you want Ingo to do on that one, and the next one's a breakaway. I don't know how long later, and so it's a lot of self-inflicted stuff that we can clean up.
What said in the room during the second intermission there?
Dig deep. I mean, we got to grab a hold of the game. I think that to Speck's point earlier, we have a lot of great players in the room, and we're never out of a game. So I think there's a sense of belief that we can do it. I think we did a similar game against New Jersey a couple games back. We didn't get the result we wanted, but we had a strong push in the third, and talked about that. And obviously we were able to put together a good third and come out of it.
All right, that was Zach Hyman. Good choice, Benny, going to him, because I thought he was very well spoken on that. Shared his opinion in a very eloquent way, and I believe the first thing he said, I wrote it down, not a great game from us, obviously. Mm-hmm. Right out of the gate, Cass.
Yep. And obvious it was. It wasn't very good. Mm-mm. Exciting couple minutes, as was talked about, and they struggled, particularly out of the gate. So, yeah, and I don't expect it was probably like no one after 2 periods like that. And I appreciate the question; it's not a bad question. It's a good question to say, "Hey, what was said in between periods?"
Right.
I can tell you, usually in that situation, it's not much. It's as short as like a couple beepus. Blankety blanks, expletives, and blankety blank boys figure this blankety blank out. All right, and that's pretty much it. Because done. It's done. You don't need much more than that. It's not a coach coming in and snapping sticks and flipping things, and players being like, oh man, this is just, oh man. Like, no, it's pretty short, pretty simple, and it's like, yeah, we got a job to do, boys. Hey, let's just go do it.
Lots of shame. Yes. Lots of shame. Go ahead, Ben.
It's probably not a what was that, 2 years ago, Stanley Cup final, McDavid after game 3 or whatever.
It's different.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like regular season.
Yes. Yeah.
tonight, that is completely different than the level of emotion that's going on in the playoffs, and let alone the Stanley Cup final.
Yeah.
All right,
sorry.
go
Also,
ahead.
I'm pretty sure the person that asked that question was Jazz. I was.
Oh, that was Gemma.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay, sorry. I thought it was
Karsten's Smith. Yeah, that was Gemma.
I thought it was Jazz.
She's in for
She's
CP.
in the press box tonight.
Jazzy was there. Good contingent of ESTers taking in the game, working it, and that was Gemma. Okay, I'm going to lead you into the look ahead here, Cass, with the text from Kamloops J. Says, hey guys, if they play like this against Mini on Saturday, do you think they even stand a chance, or will Minnesota just destroy them? That's an 8:00 start on Saturday. Cass, give us your take.
You're destroyed because Mini's not giving up that lead in the third.
No,
those three. I mean, like you guys mentioned, Pittsburgh, Mini's going to be the same. They're gonna lock you down. Now you're toast. You're toast if you start that way, and if you play that way for 45 minutes, 50 minutes. Yeah, not gonna win in that instance. Mini's, San Jose, again, young team, getting better, improving. Minnesota's they're good. Very, very good team. We haven't seen them yet with Quinn Hughes, right? That a whole nother element to this team, because now you have the players up front, right? You got the two guys up front. You got Kaprizov, you got Boldy, you could argue, up there. You got a couple other guys that put the puck in the net, and then you got Quinn Hughes, the back end. Like, you got those three parts. You got stable, good, really good goaltending. They're good right now. So yeah, you get rolled if you start like that.
But they're guaranteed to win though, because they're wearing their alternates that night. So
well, that's fair. Good point, Benny.
We'll see. Gemma Karsten Smith, you might recognize the last name, sister of Brianna Karsten Smith, who was on Global for a really long time. Great people, excellent journalists, and thank you to Reid for reminding me. I apologize. All right, Cass, excellent work. Get some rest. We'll see you on Saturday, okay?
Sounds good, fellas.
There you go. There's Matt Kassian, our game analyst, helping us break down the Oilers' thrilling 4-3 overtime win, digging that one out. It was basically over. They were toast, down 3-0 in the first, and they find a way, which is great for them. But like Cass talked about, like we've seen from Benny, like a lot of people have texted in, what the hell was that first period? What was that second period? Why did they get into this hole? Valid. Mm-hmm. Why are they playing like this right now? Valid. They're supposed to be cleaning it up tonight. Kind of didn't. And if you do that against Minnesota, you are toast for sure. All right, 780-218-9999. Get to the nasty chat. I saw this one. I wanted to get to it as a nice segue into our next bit of clips, and then we await Reid Wilkins for Reid's Read. Cole Harbor Joe texts in, says, I really liked Ingram's post-game availability, honest and great insight into how he sees the game and his outlook. Definitely a gamer. Benjamin, do your thing.
15 into the game, it's 2-0 for San Jose. Like, what are you thinking at that point?
Let's make the next save. I mean, you can't do anything about it. You can't get it back, so might as well move on. The next one's the most important one.
What was it like as the game went on? I mean, clearly most of the action was in the other end in the third period, just seeing the guys rally for that comeback.
Yeah, that was great. I thought we showed great desperation in the third, came up flying. I heard somebody say, let's have the same period we had against New Jersey. We didn't get the results there, and we do here, so just doing things the right way.
When they get a couple of early goals on you, you look at that and you say there's really not much the goalie could have done. Does the goalie think that way as well? Like backdoor tap in, what do you want from him?
You want them all back, obviously. Like, hindsight's 20/20, but at the same time, like I said before, it's just making the next save. You can't get it back. You can't take it back. You can't change it. So you better live with it and figure it out.
Does a goalie, when it's already 3-0, say, I can't give him the fourth one? 4 usually is 2.
I don't want to give him any.
Yeah.
Trying to get pulled in your previous start, your head coach right after the game says that is probably a mistake pulling you. What was that like winning the very next start?
It feels good to win any game, We won last game too, so I think everybody in this room, you can pull me every game if we win every game for the rest of the season. I don't really care. So, no, it worked out both times.
What would you say? You've had some time here now to watch those guys go to work. to see a comeback like that kind of develop in front of you and, your high-end guys doing what they're doing, just what are your thoughts sort of witnessing this firsthand now?
It's fun to watch. I've kind of figured out around here, you just have to be good. You don't have to steal games or do things like that. You just got to make the saves you're supposed to, and you got some of the best players in the world, and they're going to do their job too. So, even when you get behind in the start of the game, you just think and shut it down. And we still got a chance at this. We can score goals. We can come back on anybody. So, it's fun to watch from down there. It's more fun to be on this side.
There was a clear interference on you on your fourth goal.
Didn't even think about it until I saw him wave it off, honestly. It happened so fast. He batted it out of the air right in front of me, and then I didn't know where it went. I thought it went in, and I didn't see him wave it off even.
Okay, there's Connor Ingram picking up the win. That Cole Harbor, Joe,
great.
You were right. That was good. That was a great post-game interview, and then some nice insight from Ingram. I wrote down this quote: "Live with it and figure it out." Mm-hmm. Simple. He did it. Good.
He said he's willing to get pulled every game if it means they win. Like he doesn't care. He wants all of them back, all that stuff. He has a really good mentality about how he approaches the game, and no matter the situation they're in, right? Like he's down. The Oilers down 3-0. I think we can all agree, all three of them not his fault. He was laid out to dry in all three. And like we were saying, like that next goal is so important. Like it's the backbreaker. And actually he said it. That's what I wanted to mention. He said, I quickly realized since coming here that like you don't need to be great. You just need to be solid. This team has enough talent to go and win games if you're solid. You don't need to be fantastic. Which is exactly what I think a lot of us have been saying. It's like the Oilers do not need spectacular goaltending. They need solid. And if they can get solid, they give themselves a chance to win. So, it's happy to see Ingram turn it around after going down 3-0 there.
780-218-9999. Let's go to Nolan from St. Albert. Says the crowd can learn from the energy the kiddos bring to the table. Sometimes Oilers will be down 5-0, yet you'll still always have a 9-year-old sitting behind you emptying their tank. Unbridled passion from the youngsters. Yes. It was noticeable when things were bad. They're down 3-0. So Nolan, nice text. Thank you for that. Pizza Boy says, I don't think there's any more room in the incinerator this year. You can only burn so much tape, boys. Touche. You can't. Don't burn those pizzas, Pizza Boy. Nope. That's another thing too. Jace texting in says 3 in a row, boys. I'm caught between the bottom 6. Doesn't contribute, but it's tough when they also don't have a role. That's from Jace. I honestly thought that the fourth line had some good shifts, and I'm very encouraged by what we're seeing from Curtis Lazar. I feel like he's kind of the catalyst. Mm-hmm. When he's out there, he doesn't play a ton, but I also tell people I am completely biased towards him and hope he has nothing but success because I find him to be a great person, and I appreciate him as a hockey player. Is he a superstar NHLer? Nope. But he's played in this league for a long time, and he's carved out his niche. He knows what he is, and he's effective when he gets an opportunity. So great on him.
There was a time in the third period where the Oilers, I believe, were down 3-1 in the offensive zone. San Jose had just iced it. McDavid, Draisaitl, and Captain had been out there for about a minute. And they were going up against a tired Celebrini line. Mm-hmm. To me, a big sign that Knoblauch trusted his roles or his depth guys today. He pulled off that top unit and threw his fourth line out there. Yeah, I was like, wow. And they're going up, match up against Celebrini, and I'm pretty sure they held the puck in the zone for another 30 seconds, 40 seconds. So, I mean, they were buzzing tonight. I'm with you, Tom. I think they had a great game tonight, and although it didn't result on the scores, but
score sheet,
but I thought they created a lot of momentum for this team. They were, to me, the most consistent line for the Oilers tonight.
They're the ones that kind of sparked it. So kudos to the fourth line. Road Dog Trev texting in says, great comeback, but thumbs down to the losers starting the wave in the third down 2. Yeah. I'm on board with a lot of people that are like, what's up with the wave? It's not good juju. I get it. I'm with you. J Style texting in says, never a doubt. BDA boy. Oh boy. Come on. Text line. Load up here, baby. I'll get to that one when it finally loads up. But text line's being a little fickle right now. Let's go to the inbox or the nasty chat.
I got the BDA boy text if you want it.
You got it? You want to read it? I was going to go to Picardi one.
Big
Go ahead.
props to the striking Viking tonight for putting in out a great effort. He made a great play on the equalizer.
Thank you. Good assist on your part. It finally loaded up on my computer too. So it's just the text line being fickle. And then Picardi one says, this team needs gritty forwards and a gritty top 4D. Oil are currently getting crushed 5-on-5. I also had a text from a new number that came in. Thank you. Welcome aboard. No handle or alias yet. We have a lot of people that give themselves a nickname and feel free to do so. This 2 texts are in regard to the same topic. It says, Tom, any rumblings about Panarin and the Oilers? Guys love the show. Any rumblings involving the Oilers and Panarin? I think that is super unlikely. And I feel like we talked about it on Hello Hockey with Pegs. Did we not?
Yeah.
And
it I'd be surprised if it works out.
Yeah. They're so up against the cap right now. Even right now.
Yeah.
It'll have to be a money in, money out situation. And just really quickly, as an aside, who or what can they actually move that can get you millions of dollars of cap space? 2 names come up right away. Obviously, Mangiapane, they're trying to work that out. He was a healthy scratch again tonight, by the way. And then if you could find a way maybe to offload Henrique, if he's not part of their plans moving forward, I think there's a no movement clause in there for Henrique as well. But I don't know if that can get you Panarin. And so I just don't think it's likely. But
yeah, since Hello Hockey 2, Dave has come out and said that Panarin wants an extension with the trade. Like he does not, he doesn't want to be a rental. So then you're talking, okay, Oilers are now going to have to talk to him about an extension, which then they're going to have to fit that into next year's cap and all that. So yeah, it would be a very, very complicated trade. That'd be, to be honest with you, shocked. Yeah,
he's also old.
Do it. That too.
In hockey terms.
Yes. Mid 30s. So
yep. Came over at 26, by the way, about a decade ago. 780-218-9999. Stupid Peter says, don't get me wrong, I love that we have McDavid, Draisaitl, Bush, etc. to drag this team into wins, but that they don't deserve. But holy man, this team needs to figure it out fast. Bouchard leading the league in defensive scoring. Norris nomination this year. Isn't that how it works? LOL from Stupid Peter. Yeah, that's kind of what it's become. Good on him offensively. Defensively, still some issues there. I'm going to say it. Anyway, 780-218-9999. I'm seeing people commenting in the nasty chat in regard to the Golden Knights and Stars. It is 4-3 with 53 seconds left. I'm going to see if that game's on one of the channels here. Maybe we can catch the end of it. No, it doesn't look like it. Benny, any other texts you want to get to, or do we have any more clips to run? I know we're waiting on Reid Wilkins as well.
We have Chris Knoblauch. If you want to get to him,
and Reid is standing by. Let's go Knoblauch for a couple minutes, and then we'll go to Reid's read.
Sounds good. Here's Chris Knoblauch from the dressing room tonight.
Hey, Chris. Just want to get your overall thoughts on the game, the first and second. Maybe not the best performance from the squad, but especially late in the third really turned it around there.
Yeah, our game got better as it went on. We started rock bottom at the start, first 5 minutes. Really sloppy puck play. Weren't ready for their pressure. Led to some goals against. Second period, a little bit, some good stuff. And then obviously the third period, we showed a little urgency. We got an early goal. The start third period gave us some momentum. And then we were able to, not capitalize 5-on-5. And then obviously the 6-on-5 took over.
It feels kind of crazy saying game 55 of the season. You guys are second in the Pacific, but the first 3 in a row this year, just how big was that and how important was it to get that for your group?
Well, it's nice having 3 in a row, but more importantly, we beat a team that we need to keep behind us. And, they've got games in hand on us, and, we want to, finish as high as we can in the standings, and do that we have to win games, especially games against teams that are in our division and we want to pass. So I think was the most important part of it.
Do you feel like you have an idea what you're going to get on any given night from the group, or is it still a little too all over the place the way they're starting games at times?
Yeah, our starts have been not very good. We've been giving up goals. I don't know. I think the intensity's been there, but obviously the focus and the execution has not. You look at the 2 goals against. We didn't give up many chances tonight, but the chances we gave up, especially here in the first period, were just horrendous. Like, there were really good scoring chances against where Connor has no chance stopping those, and 2 of them were just on puck play, giving away the puck, and they counter and get a great scoring chance. Of course, they score. Overall, I thought we defended well, but we just didn't play well with the puck.
It looked like Celebrini was trying to tell the refs that he didn't get hit with the high stick. Did you have any dialogue with them after the fact about why they decided to call it anyways, if that seemed to be the case?
They can't review it. Even if they say they made a mistake, that's a call they cannot review, so we end up just getting the penalty.
So, I mean, you got to come from behind. You score 6 on 5, a lot of the usual suspects scoring. I'm just wondering, though, how do you feel about how your bottom 6 is playing, even if they don't hit the score sheet?
You look at the ice time, and that they definitely can have more shifts. They've warned it, especially that 4th line. They've been working hard, and they've been spending a lot of time in the offensive zone. And up until 3rd period, the ice was pretty spread out. But then the way the game went with offensive zone face-offs and the TV timeouts, we were able to play Connor and Leon quite a bit. And Szymanski's been playing well. Roslovic, after 2 periods, hadn't been playing well. We need more offense. Obviously, he's a guy that can chip in, so he got bumped up and got some more opportunities. But I think overall tonight, we weren't behind because of our 3rd and 4th lines. In fact, early in the game, they were probably our 2 better lines.
Chris, what do you?
Okay, there you go. There is Chris Knoblauch giving praise to the bottom 6 and the 4th line, saying that they were their better lines. And we talked about them, gave them some praise indeed. You heard Reid Wilkins in there. He's ready to go. Let's bring in Reid for Reid's Reid. Brought to you as always by Ewell. Of course, Ewell, your power play specialist, has the gear you need for your next electrical project with 3 Edmonton area locations. You can order online anytime at ewell.ca. Ewell, your Edmonton-based partner in power and source for all things electrical. Riedrich, she wasn't a Picasso, a Rembrandt, a whatever.
A Jackson Pollock?
Jackson Pollock. It wasn't
Actually,
even.
That might have been a Jackson Pollock, from what little I know about painting a Jackson Pollock.
But it wasn't even a Mr. Dress Up on a Saturday afternoon on CBC.
Somebody who took art history, please post in the nasty chat.
Yes.
What painter would best represent? What painter's work would best represent that game? Look, they were awful in the first period. They were absolutely awful. I don't want to gloss over that. That was a terrible first period. It was, Knoblauch said it. They weren't behind because of their bottom 6. I don't know if the bottom 6 helped in that period, but first shift of the game, Ekholm gives the puck away.
Yep.
And then Nugent Hopkins gets it back, and then he gives it away. So, away you go. You give up a breakaway where Wallman gives it to Emberson. And Emberson is checked, and Wallman's changing, so it's a breakaway. And then, the third goal you could actually, at least I could actually live with if the first 2 hadn't already happened. That was an incredible aerial pass by Liljegren, and then, they kind of catch the Oilers with a good pass, and it goes in off Bouchard. If the other 2 hadn't happened, then that goal is sort of like, okay, crap happens. But it compounds what had already been a terrible start to the game. So, and look, this is this homestand. So here's the time of the game in the first 6 games of the homestand at which the Oilers have allowed the first goal against. St. Louis, they didn't allow one. So thumbs up. Okay.
Yeah.
New Jersey, 5 minutes and 23 seconds. Pittsburgh, 2 minutes and 20 seconds, which set off a sequence. Washington, to be fair, 19 minutes and 34 seconds, though it was the second shot of the game. Anaheim, 3 minutes and 24 seconds. Today, 26 seconds. So in 4 of the 6 games on this homestand, they've allowed a goal before the first commercial break, right?
Yeah.
Because the first commercial break is after 6 minutes.
That's right.
So that's not very good. So it's not like, we're on home ice, boys. Let's go get them. Up and at them. Up and at them. Up and at them. No, up and at them. Up and at them. You know, like that hasn't been good.
Nice
so,
radioactive guy.
The second period was a little better, but still quite sleepy. It was goaltender interference once I saw the replay. I mean, he turned Ostapchuk turned Ingram away from the play. Yes, that should not have been high sticking on Ekholm, but they killed it off. Okay, whatever. Weird. But then, like, 2 things in the third period. The Oilers came to life, and I think this is the benefit of having a veteran team with incredibly high-end players. They can come back. Of course, they shouldn't rely on it. Of course, they have a lot to clean up. And San Jose didn't handle it well. I mean, the Sharks, right from the first shift in the third period, looked jittery. I mean, we talk about belief and confidence. They didn't look like they believed they could shut out the Edmonton Oilers.
Right.
They didn't look like they believed they could put the game to bed quietly. And then, the Oilers got one a minute 34 in, and the Sharks were, quite frankly, hanging on for most of the period after that. So, look, this is the team. What are we saying over and over again? This is the team. Their low end for the Oilers. Their low end is quite low, probably lower than it's been in 4 or 5 years. But their high end, in terms of their high end, how their high end guys are playing, might be as explosive as it's ever been. Because McDavid is having a great season, Draisaitl's having kind of a normal season,
which is excellent.
Hyman's playing great since he's come back. I mean, his scoring pace is outstanding, and Bouchard's.
His offense is excellent.
He's actually, I would even go far to say Bouchard is having the best season of his career, because the gaffes have been there every year.
How the tables have turned.
Especially in the first 20 games of the season.
You correct, right?
And now as the season goes on, he seems to make fewer mistakes, and he's producing even more points than he ever has before. So look, this is Peyton Manning getting a touchdown with 2 minutes left, and the Colts recovering an onside kick, and Peyton Manning scoring again in his prime. That's what this was tonight.
This is not basketball, Reed. I'm kidding. That's a bad joke. It's Reed brought to you by Ewell right here on the GCL Diesel Oil Stream post-game show. The Oilers with a crazy 4-3 come from behind victory in overtime against the San Jose Sharks. And Benny pointed it out when we were listening to Chris Knoblauch. The Stars have relented and relinquished the lead, and the Golden Knights tied it.
Going into a shootout.
Going to a shootout right now. Great. Thank you for the update on that, Benny. All right, I'm going to read this one for you, Riedrich. It's from Damo Dude. Says, I feel like Ingram has managed to make the important saves. His numbers aren't always stunning, but he gets it done. You were in that scrum. We played it. He very well spoken on that interview. Your impressions of the way Ingram bounced back after getting the yank a couple nights ago.
Yeah, and Knoblauch was asked today, did we get to that clip or not? I don't think so, about speaking to Ingram after that Washington game and kind of making sure everything was okay and saying, hey,
right.
When I pulled you, I didn't necessarily know what had happened on that goal that went off Stastny.
Yes.
Yeah, Ingram has been pretty good. I mean, sure, you could say, well, you need a save in the first period, but he was totally hung out to dry. The first goal especially, like total backdoor after multiple turnovers.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, once you're down 2-0 that early in the game, like he said it, you got to put it behind them. But then once it's 3-0, I mean, you cannot let it get to 4, whether you face 40 shots or 1. Like you can't let anything get in. He wasn't busy, but I think maybe did the texter use the word important? Like he makes important saves. It's not necessarily that he makes spectacular saves.
Did say that.
For most of his tenure with the Oilers, he's made the important saves. The lead does not get stretched by the other team to a point where it's insurmountable. Or for the most part, it's not a goal when the Oilers are dominating and one gets in. So, he only faced three shots in the third. I was actually, when I checked the shots on goal for the third period, I thought San Jose might be at 0 because I couldn't really remember them getting a shot. But
Edmonton led on the shot clock essentially all night.
What did they give them shots?
20, I believe.
How does it have
20? Yeah.
This can't be right. Oh, this is the wrong game sheet.
It was 32-20.
I'm looking at the wrong game sheet.
They had 3 shots in the third.
Yeah, 10-3 in the third. Is that what it was?
Yep.
Yeah. So, but still, Ingram made the saves, didn't have to face a shot in overtime. And I think we're seeing this now. We heard Skinner talk for several years. We've heard Pickard talk. We've heard both Jari and Ingram talk. And goaltenders clearly are good at talking about the mental side of the game because I think they're in that world more than other players in hockey, right? Like they can't go to the bench. They can't have a shift off for a reset. They're, even if they're not getting a lot of shots, all of a sudden they might face something that's huge. So, Ingram shares kind of what he's thinking. And he said something today, even like it's fun to watch when they go to work at the other end. That's pretty honest that he can kind of just take a couple moments to recognize what the talented players on his team are doing. So, good for him to get the win. Like, the save percentage, okay, 850, whatever, but he got the win when he needed to make sure it stayed at 4. It stayed at 4.
780-218.
3, sorry, didn't get to 4. Yeah.
Yes. 780-218-9999. Nasty Chat has been humming along nicely. RSO Cody chimes in, says, didn't deserve 1 point, let alone 2. But then again, neither did San Jose. You have to play a full 60 more often. McDavid fighting it all night. And then a few more had just come in. Downtown Jeffrey says it was an Andy Warhol. And then Stupider Trent. Great handle. Says, hey guys, what's Frederick's average body checks per game? If it's less than 5, I think he should be sent to the minors and forced to watch Slapshot on repeat.
Well, I think everybody in the league is less than 5.
Yeah, he recognizes his role on the team. Another note, the Oilers always have to do things the hard way. If any team could come back, it was them. But why put yourself in the first place? Yeah.
This might have been one of Frederick's better games in the last 3 months.
Yeah.
And Lazar, too. They both Frederick and Lazar had a scoring chance, and Lazar probably should have scored on that one early in the third when Frederick set him up.
He had a good look, right?
And then but that's why I asked that question, Knoblauch, that question about the bottom 6, because I've been harping on that. Like, what do they do? The fourth line at least has had a little more dimension beyond just Lazar working hard. They've had a little more dimension. Even Janmark with that rush, he took the puck to the net. Like, at least the puck's going into the other end of the rink. Like, at least you're making the other team stop something that you're doing. We'll see about the third. Like Savoy makes good plays. Like, he knows what he has to do with the puck. So I like that. Szymanski, we'll see. What did he wind up playing tonight?
8-12.
8-12. 3-0 in the faceoff circle. Okay, so not a lot of faceoffs, but he won them all. So give him credit for that. And then, again, I still don't really know where Roslovic fits if Kapanen's on the second line. Though I think Knoblauch likes both Roslovic and Kapanen, quite frankly.
He's an NHL player. He can put up points. He's an NHL. You're right, though. But where is the fit?
Right. Like Kapanen and Podkolzin, for that matter, can be used in other situations and kind of can create with a little bit of speed and tenacity. But, I guess we'll see. It's not the playoffs yet, and there could be a move or something like that. But, today, again, the scoring comes from the same guys. It's the same guys. Like Draisaitl, McDavid, Bouchard, and Hyman get the goals, And it's a variation of those guys plus Nugent Hopkins and Ekholm with the assists. It's pretty much – like, if the Oilers score, it's probably a 70 to 75% chance that the goal is created by, I guess, what do we have? Like we had the big three the year that it was all Nugent Hopkins, Hyman, before Hyman was here, it was all Nugent Hopkins, Draisaitl, and McDavid.
Mm-hmm.
Now what do we have? The Super Six? The Sinister
That's better
Six?
than 3.
The Superior
don't say
Six?
the core
Something
4.
like that?
Oh, yeah. Bad.
No,
bad
it's
juju
beyond the core 4, but
Side note, Stars winning the shootout.
Thank you for that, Benny. And then the Kraken have moved ahead of San Jose after winning their 3rd straight. Edmonton actually has a winning streak, Riedrich, and now they can extend it to a 4-game winning streak. Tough competition coming in, not taking anything away from the San Jose Sharks. They've been a good team this year, upstart team, but you get Minnesota on Saturday. Sloppy starts have been a thing. You outlined that. Sloppy play, especially defensively, has been a theme in the last week and a bit. How do they get a win on Saturday, Reed?
Well, I mean, if I knew how to tell them to play better early in the games, I would tell them.
Why aren't you doing that, Reed? Why aren't you doing that?
Yeah.
Can you please do that?
Hopefully just be ready to play, make it difficult on your home ice. Probably not getting a comeback against Minnesota.
Probably not.
I mean, because Quinn Hughes plays half the game and goes back and gets the puck out pretty much all the time.
Mm-hmm.
They got good goaltending. Just, settle it down a little bit. I want to say, too, about the Sharks tonight, not handling stuff. San Jose had the puck in overtime.
Briefly.
For about 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Because I think Bouchard's puck hit Ashcroft's arm and went over the net. San Jose got it to their own blue line and just, I'll have to go back and rewatch it. I think
it
they
hit
just
something.
got crossed up or threw a bad pass. And as soon as that happened, I was like, okay, it's like it's over. They're probably not going to get. They didn't get Celebrini on. Hyman, Draisaitl changed for Hyman, and McDavid sets them up. So it was. I mean, there's some compared, like are the Sharks the Oilers of 2017 or 2020?
Honestly, kind of. I mean, you talk about offense going through one or two guys.
Yeah,
that's San Jose right now.
Kind of. I mean, the thing is, though, like the year that when the Oilers got good in 16-17, I don't remember them blowing a lot of leads until Anaheim in the playoffs. Like in the regular season, they. Mainly with Talbot, like I remember them putting away a lot of 1 or 2 goal leads because he wasn't giving up much. He wasn't. Like he was awesome in 16.
Oh, I'm laughing about something else. Don't worry about that.
Sorry.
That was mainly.
I'll read it later.
That was mainly 2022. I'm thinking of when they played Colorado in the conference final, Calgary in the second. The crazy lead changes that they had throughout that season. At least from what I remember, was the kind of the same thing we're seeing with like San Jose teams that are coming.
Yes. But by that, I guess maybe I'm being too particular with the comparison because by 2022, Draisaitl and McDavid were in their mid-20s. They were 19. And like, how old is Will Smith? Like
23?
20.
Like they're
20. Jeez.
Yeah.
Even younger.
I mean, to me, we were just saying the same thing about the Anaheim Ducks on Monday. So that's 2 Pacific teams now that we're talking about. Watch out in a couple of years.
Right.
Okay, I'll tell you what I was laughing about. I read that text from Stupider Trent. That's the handle he has chosen to go by in the inbox. And Stupid Peter has chimed in. And Stupid Peter says, "Whoa, how dare Trent try to out-stupid me?" Well played, Stupid Peter.
Yeah, you
and
can't.
Good job, Stupider Trent.
You can't hand away the stupid title that easily. You got to hold on to that.
Well done, gentlemen. Well done. Well done to you as well, Reed. Fantastic stuff. Great questions tonight in the locker room and with head coach Chris Knoblauch. And I look forward to seeing you in studio tomorrow. Any final thoughts?
Just thank you for having me, Tom and Ben, and hope everybody has a great evening.
That's beautiful. Get the hell out of here.
All right. See ya.
All right, there you go. There's Reid Wilkins with Reed's Read, brought to you by eWell, your Edmonton-based partner in power and source for all things electrical. Check them out, ewell.ca. A few more minutes. Great viewership. I think the listenership's generally pretty strong. I don't have those numbers right in front of me, but Awanik usually has those, and he's crunching numbers. That's what he does. But viewership, very, very strong. great to see. And it's nice that people are catching on to what kind of great station we have here at EST and on all the wonderful programming and personalities that we do have. So thank you. Welcome if you're new here. And we appreciate that so very much. I'm going to pass things off to our producer extraordinaire, the young Benny Thomson, for the player of the game. Go ahead, Benny. It's all yours.
The Damon Bunting Real Estate Player of the Game. Damon Bunting has been a consistent top-producing realtor in the greater Edmonton area for over 18 years. He and his team would love to help you find the right home or make the move from your current home. Community-driven, he understands what it takes to make a difference in our city. Check him out on damonbunting.com or visit his Instagram at Damon Bunting Real Estate. To me, it only feels right to give it to someone on that fourth line. To me, they were the most consistent line tonight. And even when things were bad for the orange and blue, to me, every time the fourth line got out there, I was like, okay, momentum started. I think I had like 4 notes on my notepad here of like momentum started with fourth line. Good shift from the fourth line. So like, you know what? The whole fourth line gets it today. The players of the game, the whole fourth line. I can't really give it to Trent Frederick specifically or Janmark or Curtis Lazar. They all had their moments. They all looked pretty solid tonight. And to me, that's a line that you should be sticking together. They seem like they know what they know where each other are, but they also know what they should be doing when they're out there.
Very simple.
Very, very simple hockey. Go generate momentum, cause a havoc. Curtis Lazar and with some physicality. Some people were saying in the nasty chat earlier, Trent Frederick had a pretty noticeable game tonight, which is good to see. So, yeah, fourth line. There's my players of the game for Damon Bunting.
I respect that. I like how you change it up a little bit. Well done, young Benny Thomson. Cole Harbor Joe texted in and added, Ekholm ended up being a factor tonight after a shaky start. Whatever is ailing him, I didn't see it. I just thought like when he was trying to hustle for pucks, especially when like a puck was getting chipped in deep in the Oilers zone and he was trying to get on his high horse, like, you know, bust his butt skating. I thought he was laboring a little bit. It seemed like, but maybe I'm just making things up. To me, it felt like getting to that top gear was a little bit tougher for him, but the guy battled through, man. He battled through. I'd give him an honorable mention for player of the game, but good to see. He made a huge play to get the equalizer, and that's the beauty of Matthias Ekholm. Benny, Saturday we do this all over again. You going to be ready to go?
I don't.
Oh, that's right. It's your birthday. Birthday, Benny.
Birthday on Saturday. I'm taking my first pre and post off. So I'll do Hello Hockey in the morning, and then that'll be it. So I believe it is Hernan filling in.
Yes, it is.
On pre and post, so Latino Heat. For the people that hate me and miss him, you'll get a dose of him on the pregame show. And I believe it's Zachary Kubish live from the Funspiel, I believe.
Yes.
Handling the postgame show duties. So, thank you to those two guys. I will be watching the game from my couch for a little bit, and then
you got to be going out somewhere.
Whatever bar I end up at, we'll see.
Attaboy. I'm very proud of you. You go and you celebrate hard, my friend. Mixing a water, of course, as always. Just programming note for Hello Hockey. Belzy and I will be live on location at local public eatery, Sherwood Park. Great setup there. Great crew. Come on down, hang out with us. We'll be there for a little bit. And then it is the Funspiel on Benny's birthday, which is Saturday, as the Oilers take on the Minnesota Wild. And we will be live on location for the pregame show at the Shamrock Curling Club, which is where the Funspiel is going to be held. And then postgame back at the Satellite Studios, myself, Hernan, and Cass. Benny, that's it. What a crazy finish to a sloppy game for the Oilers. They get the job done. 2 points. The Golden Knights lose in the shootout and end up getting a point. So Edmonton and Vegas both at 64 points atop the Pacific Division. Edmonton obviously has played a couple more games. So the Golden Knights sit in spot number 1, and then they move ahead a little bit. You heard Chris Knoblauch talking about it too. They move a point further away from the San Jose's of the world. And I know, Seattle's in the mix. Seattle now at 59 points, and even LA is in the mix too. So they make some ground up, and they get a little bit more separation on those behind them in the Pacific Division. That is going to do it for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream post-game show right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. A lot of fun today on this show. What a crazy game. And we'll see if the Oilers can put together a full 60 minutes against a good Minnesota Wild team, really damn good Minnesota Wild team on Saturday night. Doing well on this 8-game homestand. What are they, 4-2 now with a couple games left to go before the Olympic break? We'll see if they can make it a 4-game winning streak. They have a 3-game winning streak finally. Oh my goodness. Took 55 games, but they finally did it. That's going to do it for Benny Thomson, for Matt Kassian, for Reid Wilkins. I am Tom Gazzola saying thank you so much. Have a great night, everyone. The boys get you going tomorrow, 6 a.m. right here on EST.